Hey Aries, how y'all doing? Welcome. We're going to be taking a look at your first half of December general reading here. So we're going to do things a little bit different today. In your meditation, I saw an oracle card from the oracle deck that I use, Wisdom of the Hidden Realm by Collette and Reid. So I was called to pull that card from the deck and then read what it says in the book. So I will get to that in just a moment. Starting with an oracle and ending with an oracle today, I think. So I saw an image of that card and a bunch of like lightning, which is what that card is about. And then I saw the image of a white peacock coming forward at the end of that image, which is King of Cups energy, emotional balance, inner and outer wellness, beauty. It's about how beauty really is on the inside. And it's that inner beauty that emanates externally. So it's beautiful, beautiful energy. It's also about clairvoyance with the peacock energy, with all of those feathers, with that shape of the eye on them. So being able to see oneself and others clearly as well, and understanding that how we view others is really a reflection of how we view ourselves. So this is the oracle that I saw in your meditation. Ooh, can you see that? It's the Lady of Lightning. So this says, surprises, sometimes shock, total paradigm shift. As an ally, the Lady of Lightning brings powerful forces of change into your life. She tells you to expect a sudden shift in your circumstances. Perhaps a situation you weren't anticipating arises and offers you the opportunity of a lifetime, or a series of aha moments culminates in a pivotal flash of insight, causing everything to change just like that. Maybe someone enters your life and pushes you to new heights. You may have a brilliant idea that hits you like lightning. Be prepared, change is imminent, and a total paradigm shift may be upon you. Don't resist the changes, as this kind of lightning isn't something you want to fight. Great things are happening when the Lady of Lightning appears. And then there's a challenger aspect to this as well. This didn't come out, in the meditation is reversed, but I always like to include the challenger aspect because anything can shift from a light energy into a shadow energy. So it's good to have all the information. So challenger. Unpleasant news, an unexpected shock, or an overall sense of powerlessness are the aspects you may experience when the Lady of Lightning appears as your challenger. This is a time when you may be forced to make a change you don't want to make. A situation may suddenly turn in a different direction than you'd hoped it would. This is a sign of difficulty and unwanted surprises, but consider the idea of a thunderstorm and how beautiful and charged with electricity the world is after it passes. It will always pass because that is the nature of the storm. Your difficulties will too, as that is the way of things as well. In the realm of the Lady of Lightning, it's prudent to engage the law of non-resistance. Relax and wait out the storm in the shelter of your faith and goodwill, trusting that all will be well, even if it doesn't seem like it in the moment. Wonderful new life has an opportunity to grow when the storm passes. The Lady of Lightning would much prefer to be your ally anyway. Well, okay, Lady of Lightning. So that's her right there. So with that being said, let's go ahead and see what the rest of your cards have to say. Hey Aries, let's go ahead and see what your animal energy is for the first half of December. Animal energy for oh, hello. This is beautiful, Aries. So you have the cheetah. This is just not one that comes up that often. It's one of the most positive ones in the deck. So it makes me very happy to see. So you have fire energy, and you guys are fire signs. Whenever you get an animal that is of your like element, it's always very auspicious. So cheetah equates to that of the sun key in the tarot, which is what makes it so positive. It's about happy forward movement. It's about illumination, optimism, brightness, but it is about a swiftness, right? There's a certain speed inherent within the cheetah's energy, which is just like, boom, off to the races, which is interesting because with the Lady of Lightning, that spoke about big sudden changes as well. But I rather like this for you because, when they were talking about the storm, and the storm passes and then the sun comes out and then you have the cheetah here, as sunny energy. But this is so positive. Beautiful sun energy, fire energy, happy transformation, change, and forward, unimpeded movement. Stunning. I really, this just doesn't come out that often. So it's really nice when it does. Let's see what's going on for Aries. Oh, wow. This Aries, this is like, Wow, quite a reading already. So here we have another major arcana right off the top. Remember, major arcanas denote destined or fated events. So minors are pretty changeable, majors not so much. So death key here, this is interesting. It's Scorpio energy. This speaks about endings and beginnings. It also speaks of what? Transformation and change. So that is 3 keys that are talking about that energy for you. It's fascinating as it's depicted here as well, with this kind of like decrepit house that needs a new paint job or new wallpaper or whatever it is. And it's like this figure from the past looking onward with this skull mirror. I feel like there are aspects of yourself and your perspective that are dying out, and there's a new perspective being born. Think about someone who gets hit by lightning, right? It's something they're changed afterwards. There's something in their brain chemistry that's affected by it. And I feel like there's a similar thing here, but for you, it's your perspective that's being affected. And why do I have a feeling that there's an opportunity here to get out of your own way and move forward unencumbered in a way that maybe you haven't experienced in quite some time? It feels very positive. God. Aries. 4 of Wands. I'm so here for it. More fire energy. 4 of Wands is celebration, success, happy home and happy family, having just a lot of cause to celebrate and enjoy yourself and really be proud of where you are. It's absolutely stunning. So with this 4 of Wands, it's also the 1111 key with signs and synchronicities. When that stuff comes through, it's a sign that you're exactly where you're meant to be. It's brilliant. So you could be experiencing signs, synchronicities, repeating numbers, but also deja vu, right? It's really, really beautiful. With these 2 angels here, I always feel like there's a angel on the judgment key, which is about, reviewing the past to make changes, enter judgment. And then the lover's key, because there's an angel on both of those keys. And I feel like these are the 2 angels here. The lover's key being about inner and outer duality and love-based choices. So there's something here about the resting pose. This is like a funeral shroud, but again, this is someone who has passed away in this depiction, right? Is Edgar Allan Poe, go with me on this. It's someone who's passed away and it's their funeral shroud, right? And laying out a bit of flowers. And then we have this death here as well, and then the lightning and the storm. It's like some significant changes are coming around for you, but why do I feel like one person's funeral shroud is like another person's like perfume filled like lovely nap? Like it just feels like it really comes down to the perspective shift. And I feel like it's a perspective shift that is allowing for a greater freedom and I want to say bigger, better reality than you had before this shift occurred. It's really amazing, actually. See how this cheetah is kind of like running to the past, and then in the past position we have the death thing, and then the paradigm shift woman is looking to the right, like looking forward. There's something about that. I feel like there's an aspect of this. I feel like there's a certain, there's a perspective shift that we're feeling, but there's also an aspect of like, I feel like there are aspects of your past that have been either misinforming you, holding you back, or impeding your progress in some way. And I feel like it's kind of a statement there. It's like when you look at yourself in the mirror, what haunts you, or what about the past is, coming up to be released. And you have the 4 of Wands, which is like, finding a sort of respite and happiness within just letting it all go and just returning it all to the ground, right? Interesting. Don't they have something around like lightning or electrical storms, or it's like ground yourself or get to ground in order to, there's something about that grounding yourself against electromagnetic currents, something like that. I feel like that's coming through for you. It's interesting. Let's see what else is going on. Oh, you have got to be kidding. So you've got the Fool key here. Is that not underground? I'm so here for it. Fresh, new starts, new beginnings, leap of faith, moving forward, unencumbered with a completely fresh perspective. That's what this is. I really love this for you, Aries. You've got the fire burning, the torches there, that you are beginning a brand new cycle. By the way, You know, a large number of these readings have been talking about brand new cycles for this round. So it's interesting. I do feel like that is something that is going on within the collective. And I like how it's showing up for you in this context, because it's Aries energy is not subtle. And I say that with all the love in the world. You're not subtle. You're out and proud, and you're out there, and you're not easily forgotten. You are not wallflowers, right? You have that fiery, feisty energy, that emperor energy inherent within you, right? So you are a presence and a force in and of yourself. And I feel like there is something that has either depleted that fire within you, kept you small, or deterred you in some way as it links up to your past. And so I feel like some of those things are like, you know, transforming within this paradigm shift, these surprises that are coming your way, that are, you know, having you look to the future and move forward with a renewed sense of purpose and perspective and freedom, right? Also, I'm noticing, you know, it's really interesting. Okay. The example that I'm getting around this is like, let's say that you are, and this is an example that's coming to mind, but it's going to be different for each of you. Like, let's say that you have an opportunity to go on camera for something. Let's say you get a job offer, promotion, or whatever. And it's like, why don't you, you know, come on camera and you do this on camera? And it sounds really great on the surface. And you're like, oh my God, that's an amazing opportunity. That's an amazing job. But this death key is making me feel like it's like something that could, you know, impede your progress around that, or impede you moving forward fully, is like coming up with some self-esteem issues about going on camera and letting yourself be truly seen by others. So it's like there's an aspect of like, oh, well, I might get in my own way about this because I'm getting to the source of like, you know, confidence issue or past pain around, you know, how I was perceived by others, or how I looked at myself, or whatever that is. So that's just like one example, but it feels like something that is similar to that. Like these opportunities that are coming your way, the reason that they're coming in the form of the Lady of Lightning is because it is literally shocking a new perspective shift into you so that you can move forward and experience new things from a fresh perspective, completely unencumbered by the past. So it's interesting. Let's get some advice. Some advice for Aries. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Major Arcana for your advice, the World. When we talk about perspective shift, do you not see that this is like a bird's eye view perspective of this atoll here? How amazing is that? So the World key is about successful completion of a given cycle, right? This is at the beginning of the Major Arcana. This is at the end. So I'm really obsessed with your advice, because it's like, wrap it up, like what is in the past is in the past. Where you've been is where you've been. You have an opportunity to step into new places, new things, new potentials, new realities for yourself, new feelings I'm getting for yourself as well. And it's on the other side of you going, okay, I'm really ready to embrace something new, and anything of my past that doesn't fit into that must go. Everything must go. But the fact is too, like, it's not 10 of Wands, right? It's the World. So there's this aspect here as well. Celebrate. Like, celebrate where you've been. Celebrate that you've gotten this far. Celebrate everything that you've accomplished, right? It's a positive spin around this advice. I've got something like caught in my throat. Excuse me, Aries. So it's a beautiful, positive advice to end on. But I think ultimately, all these major arcanas, it's a life-changing moment. I think you're going to move into this new year really experiencing the full scale of what it is to go from one chapter to the next. I think it's going to be a time that you remember for a while to come, and it's really beautiful. Let's go ahead and get a different oracle, since we got that one already. Come on, there we go. I'm obsessed. I've never gotten this one before. My expression is unique, individuality, essence, rooster and throat chakra. This is talking to me about the peacock that you got in the opening meditation. These peacocks are all about unique energy as well. You wouldn't mistake them for anything else. And the expression, I love it. So my expression is unique, individuality, essence, rooster, and the throat chakra. I love that. Remember when we were talking about Aries energy, about how you guys are very unique, how you don't blend in, you stand out, you have a very unique energy. I feel like that's beautiful, and I feel like you're being further encouraged to really step into what makes you unique, and all of the, you know, potential within you that you have to move forward and allow yourself to be seen for the unique individual that you are and that you're here to be, right? There's something around that perspective shift and that confidence that's coming through here. And I feel like it's further encouraging around that to really step into the full scope of your individuality, because I feel like you have not yet experienced the full scope of your own potential. And you're able to experience that by releasing anything that is in your way, your self-perceived limitations, and by, you know, embracing what could be on the other side of, you know, any impediments, whether they're external or internal or both. So it's really beautiful. It's really beautiful, Aries. So that being said, I so hope this helps and resonates. If so, please let me know in the comments below. I love reading your comments. And please share, like, subscribe. I would so appreciate that. I also have a few slots left for my 2023 year ahead personal readings. I offered them last year and doing it again. I only have a few slots left, and once they're gone, they're gone. So the link is in the description box below if you would like to get your 2023 ahead reading. And with that being said, just thank you as always for being here. Thank you for enduring through that frog that snuck into my throat the last part of your reading here. That never happens. So perhaps there's something in that for you, because I had something in my throat and then you had the throat chakra come out here. So some food for thought. And lastly, and always, just thank you for being you, and be well. Until next time.